Hello and welcome to this edition of China Today. I'm Zhang Ling in Beijing. President Hu Jintao is continuing his visit to Saudi Arabia. On Wednesday, he met with leaders of the Gulf Cooperation Council, seeking to broaden cooperation with the six-member group. President Hu also visited some Sino-Saudi Arabian cooperative projects. Zhang Sui brings us the details in our top story.
The Chinese president's visit to the Gulf Cooperation Council headquarters aims to deepen relations and expand cooperation. While meeting with the Council's Secretary General Abdul Rahman Al Attiyah, Hu Jintao said China will seek a free trade agreement with the Gulf Cooperation Council. He said an FTA will help deepen mutually beneficial cooperation. Al Attiyah pledged efforts to complete the FTA talks as soon as possible. China and the GCC launched FTA negotiations in July 2004. The first round of talks took place a few months later. The GCC now groups 6 Arab countries: Oman, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. China-GCC ties have developed rapidly in recent years, and now the GCC is an important trade and energy partner of China. Hu Jintao called for the launch of a mechanism of the strategic dialogue between China and the GCC to enhance coordination. He suggested the two sides should continue energy dialogues and make joint efforts to maintain stability on global energy markets. The Chinese president said businesses from both sides should be encouraged to expand mutual investment and get involved in each other's infrastructure construction. And he said China is willing to strengthen cooperation with GCC member countries in the financial sectors to respond to the impact of the global financial crisis. Al Attiyah said trade between the two sides increased to $80 billion last year, up from $12 billion in 2002. And despite the global financial crisis, the economies of GCC member countries remain in good shape. Ahead of his visit to the GCC headquarters, President Hu Jintao visited sites included in the China-Saudi Arabia programs on economic and technological cooperation. He toured a Riyadh cement company plant, which was built by a Chinese engineering corporation. Locals have praised the work of the Chinese corporation during the construction. Later, President Hu traveled to the King Abdulaziz city for science and technology. Saudi Arabia has abundant dates, accounting for 15% of the world's total production. A study of date genetics being conducted here is the first research program since the China-Saudi Arabia Scientific and Technological Cooperation Framework Agreement was signed. 11 Chinese scientists are working on the program. The Chinese president also took time off to meet local media. In an interview with Saudi Arabia state broadcaster, Hu Jintao said, although his visit is brief, it is productive. The Chinese leader reiterated that China is willing to work together with Saudi Arabia to push forward bilateral relations. Zheng Sui,